here we go. Puck drop. Goes back to Noah. Noah over to Jackson here. Jackson up to West. Sits off a West stick. Now they're coming in on a 2-on-1. They take a shot. Scooped up by Jackson. Face off. Goes into the docks. Jackson's going to come out with it. He's going to work it behind the net here. Then he's going to backhand it up to, I think that's West back there working it. West gets it hit off his stick, so Jackson takes it in. He's going to work along the wall. It's turned over, so Noah's grabbed it. He's going to do a pass up to Mason. It's off the back of Mason's skate. Cav's out there, so Cav's going to try to work it out. We've actually worked it out a couple times, but can't quite get a flow going. Now up to West, and back down to Noah. Noah's going to try to work it out now. And West is going to come out with it. He's going to do a spin. Gets it to West, goes behind Noah, so Noah had to come back to get it. And now Noah's going to grab it, collect it behind the goal, go off the boards, back to West. It gets picked off by Grizzlies. Tim is kind of struggling to get it out of the zone. Finally get a hold of it. Kaz and Mason are going to bring it up together. Kaz makes a nice move into the slot, but then mishandles it just a little bit into the corner. So Kaz and Mason working in the corner here. We got Declan and James out. Declan's keeping it into the zone. Kaz is now going to pick it up. He works his way into the slot. Stick lifted, so he wasn't able to complete the shot here. Nolan gets it back to James. James goes to put a shot on, but gets a stick lifted at the last second, so his shot didn't have a whole lot on it. In the neutral zone now. Puck gets picked off by Logan. Logan trying to send it up the boards to Nolan. Back to the Grizzlies, but they give it over to James. So James is going to work his way in. He gets tripped up, and it will be a penalty. So we're going to go on the power play here. Good job, James. Good off the guys. Keep working hard. So let's see what kind of magic we can get going on the power play. We're going to stick with the same 5 to start with. So that means James, Declan on the backside with Logan, Eli, and Nolan. Got 12:50 left in the first period. Puck won by Logan back to Declan. Declan goes along the boards, and he gets it over to Nolan. Nolan back to Declan. Declan back to Nolan. Nolan tried to center a pass back to Declan. It was just slightly behind him, though, so he couldn't get a shot off. But now we're just going to work behind the net. And gets over to the Grizzlies, who are trying to go off the wall, but held in by Declan. Logan's going to work his way through. Gets onto a Grizzly stick, though, and they're going to chip it up and over. So James and his guy are going to go rush into the corner here. James giving pressure, and Nolan comes to give him support. And he's going to send it over for Mason to run on through here. Grizzlies send it back down low, so Declan's going to get it back over to James. James tries to get it up to Kaz, but misses behind Kaz, and it's going to come all the way down for an icing.
Here we go, Lafayette.
Jackson and Noah out along the ice as our blue liners with Kaz, Mason, and West. Looks like I think we still have a couple injuries. Looks like Devin might be out with an injury and Jillian from their first game here, so might have some movement again of the defense up front. Playoff kind of stays in the dot, and the Grizzlies pick that up. They're going to put a shot towards the net, and Noah's going to grab it and get it up to Kaz. Kaz over to West, just misses West, so they're going to come back the other direction. Noah chips it back up to West, but just misses them, so they're just going to shuffle it down, and Jackson's going to have to make the save there. West grabs it again, stretch pass over to Kaz. Kaz to Mason. Gets hit off a Mason stick. Noah goes to go pick it up. He's going to backhand it to Jackson. Jackson gets it up to West here. And West is going to work his way around. And he's going to dump it into Noah to swing it into the corner. Noah couldn't quite get it in there, so West has got it again. Gets it over to Kaz. Kaz is going to just dump it down deep. And we're going to go chase onto this. Held up at the point by Noah. He sends it back in. Mason into the corner now. And we've got a whistle.
Oh.
Whistle of an offside, so it's going to come out of the zone here. So it looks like Dane is going to be playing back at forward. We got Maxim out there and Alex. And we got James and Nicholas on the backside. Maxim to take the face off. Puck kind of stays to the dot, so Dane's going to go have to run onto this. James is holding it into the zone. Good job by James. James again shovels it into the corner. Alex is going to go try to run onto this. And Nicholas holds it in. Pops out to Maxim. Maxim holding it in now. And then Grizzlies are finally able to build their way out. Nice job by Maxim to come. Unfortunately, we're just not getting any great bounces. Nice save by Jackson. As Jackson was able to make a save on a good move through the slot by the Grizzlies. And refs are going to reset the goal here because it got knocked off. First 5 out on the ice, we got Jackson, Declan, Eli, Logan, and Nolan maybe? Face-off stays in the dots. Declan picks it up. He's going to ring it off the boards for Nolan. Jackson's got to go grab this now, and he gets it up out of the zone. And Grizzlies are just going to shove it right back in. Declan now gets it over to Jackson. Kind of a tough pass to catch, so now they're going to have to battle for it in the corner here. And finally pops out of the zone, so we're going to have to go chase it down. Nice hustle by Nolan chasing it down. But Grizzlies come back out with it. Declan now. And puck back down deep. Jackson's going to run onto this. He gets it up the boards to Nolan. And Jackson went down. So he's going to go get a change, but Nolan's going to work up high. Gets it over to Wes here. Wes is going to work his way in. He's looking for someone to give it to. Mason able to join. Mason's going to go chase it down here in the corner. Mason back to Nolan. And Grizzlies pick it up. Wes tries to pinch his guy off, and now Mason's giving support, so they're able to get to the puck. Good work by those two. Wes now working along the lines. Grizzlies coming out with it, though, but nice job by Wes not to give up on the play. Good hustle by Wes. We just need more efforts like that. Wes trying to get it to Declan now. Doesn't make it through, and the Grizzlies are just going to ice the puck. There's strategic icing here, so... We got Nicholas now in with Noah, and we got Kaz, Mason, and Wes. Mason to take the face off 8:51 in the first period. Face off kind of sticks in the dots and ends up in the netting, so we're going to have a redo here. Same 5 staying out there. Puck 1. Nicholas sends it over to Noah. Noah sends it through the slot here. Mason's going to get it for Kaz to run into. Kaz shoots it, misses wide, makes its way along the boards back to Noah, shoves it back down deep. Wes now gets it over to Kaz. He's looking for Mason in front there. Brings it into the circles, gets poked away, but Wes is there in support. Tries to do a backhand over to Mason, but got picked off by the Grizzlies. But right idea. Now Kaz to pick it up in on the back end. He gets shoved into the boards, and the puck's just staying behind the goal. Nice work by Mason. And the puck is going to pop out for Dane to chase onto it, but Grizzlies just shove it right back in. Noah to pick it up again. And he goes backhand over to Dane. Dane brings it up along the boards. And loses it kind of right in central ice. They're going to shoot it on goal for the glove save by Jackson. Jackson and James out there. He's with Max and Alex. And I think Dane's staying out. Face-off goes over to the Grizzlies. They're going to work their way into the corner. But Maxon's able to get to it. He's going to try to bring this out. So almost gets it out to the point, but it gets tucked back in. So James is going to have to grab it. James trying to look for Alex. Does trickle out of the zone. Broken stick by the Grizzlies. They're going to go off the boards and back in. Should be an icing, but no icing gets called. James again up the boards, and it gets deflected up to center ice. Grizzlies back in. We just can't get any sustained pressure through the neutral zone. We're just losing it, and then they're just coming right back out. James now working along the boards. And Jackson's going to pick this up now. As the Grizzlies work their way in. Finally gets picked up by Dane, and he's going to bring it out here. So Dane shovels it in. He's going to go get himself a change. And Eli's out there now. James pinches and hits off the board. Should be an icing, but gets called off again. So Logan trying to go back off the boards for Nolan. And they're kind of battling for it here in the corner. Jackson cuts off the pass, and he's going to bring it up now. It's a nice pass out to Nolan, but goes just under Nolan's stick, and it's going to go the length of the ice, and now they call icing. So we got Noah, Declan out there on the defense, Logan, Eli, and Nolan, Logan, and Eli out there. Saved by Jackson. Puck gets shoveled behind the goal. And Noah's going to go grab this behind the net. He's going to switch sides here. Trying to find someone to get it to, and he's finally going to wrap it around the boards over to Eli. Eli now trying to get it up. Pops up against the glass for Declan to go get it, and it's just going to get covered up by Jackson. Just got to work on our breakouts a little bit. We're just struggling again, kind of getting it out of the zone. Hazen take the face-off. Face-off won by the Grizzlies. Goes up into the glass. We got Nicholas and Jackson out there on defense. Nicholas battling along the boards. It's going to pop up behind the net. Jackson over to Wes. Wes is trying to shovel it up, but gets picked off. And back down it comes into the slot for the Grizzlies to go to lay it off, but Mason's there. And finally it works its way out of the zone, but they're going to say it's still in. Good hustle by Mason to just battle his way to get that puck out. Grizzlies again just pick it right back up and shove it right back in. Shot saved by Jackson. Save again. Works its way behind the net and around into the corner. We're just kind of scrambling. And finally an errant pass is kind of the rest we need to get back in. Wes is now going to shovel it into the corner here. And, here they come back through the neutral zone. James now gets it up to Kaz. Goes off the glass. Back it goes to the Grizzlies. They're going to send it up off the boards. They're going to come in on Declan here. Good job by West to shove his guy off so that Mason can come pick it up. And he's going to send it down deep. Looks like this might be a penalty on the Grizzlies. There's no penalty. Maybe it was just an icing. James and Declan on D out there. Face off kind of sticking around on the dots, just lost in everyone's skates. Finally pops out into the slot. Goes off the post for the rebound. Grizzlies are there to pick it up and pop it in. Grizzlies on the board 1-0. So 4 minutes, 4 seconds left. Nolan out there with Logan. Off the boards it goes. Jackson hits it up for Nolan. Jackson again. He works it down into the corner here. Logan's going to go grab this. Tries to get it to Nolan, and it ends up right in front of the goalie, and he's just going to cover it up. 3:50 left in the first.
Go.
Face off, works its way back to Jackson. He's going to send it down into the corner. And the Grizzlies are able to break it out here. So Noah's grabbing it here in the corner. He does a spin move, gets some ice, gets it over to Jackson. Jackson's going to break it up, gets it to Nolan. Pops out of the zone, but then comes right back in. Jackson's going to pick this up now. And he's going to bring it along the boards. He's going to go ahead and bring it in. Gets hit off of his stick. And here come the Grizzlies again. Nice job by Nolan to pick his guy off. We need more of that. Noah's got it now. Noah's looking. Gets it up the ice to Eli. Eli trying to pass it to Mason. And the Grizzlies on their way back out here. Grizzlies make a mistake to drop it right to West. It's going off the board to Mason, but kind of just misses him here. Jackson now picks it up. He's going to squeak through. He's going to battle for it. Long shift for Jackson. He probably needs to find a way to work his way off. Picked up by Kaz. Kaz going to send it towards the net. Nice shot. Hit aside by the goalie, but we needed to start putting shots towards the net. West trying to dangle around. Gets kicked off. And now to neutralize this, we're getting a little bit of sustained pressure here. West gets it back to Nicholas. Nicholas sends it back up to West, and it squeaks through. It shouldn't be an icing. So Mason's going to go run onto it. He breaks it up here. Naz is now going to get a hold of it. He's going to take it behind the net. He's going to get a full head of steam. He loses an edge, though, as he's coming out. The Grizzlies pick it up just past the blue line. Finally, Nicholas is able to kind of shovel it into the corner. And out to the point it goes. They're going to send it across. West slams his guy into the board so that Declan can pick it up. And West gets a hold of it again, and he's going to go ahead and bring this out. West is going to get some speed. He makes his way through the slot. It's pulled down. And we are going to go on the power play. Nice work by West. West came to play today. He's doing good. He's hustling hard and playing hard. We need everyone to play like he's playing right now. So we're going to get a few substitutions in there. Declan and James on the backside with Nolan, Logan, and Eli. 1:29 left in the period. Face-off goes to the side. Nolan picks it up, gets it down to Declan. Declan goes cross-eyes to James, and then it pops out. Declan's now going to have to hustle back to get to this. Declan does win to the puck, wraps it around the board. That's Logan battling, and he comes out with it, gets it to Nolan. And then they're able to pass it. They're able to pop it out here. Mason comes in. Mistake by the Grizzlies allows Mason to kind of start working his way in. We got a little bit of a change. Works its way back to Noah. Noah sends it up to Kaz. Kaz now brings it into the zone, but picked it off the stick. Good job by Mason. So Mason's going to, I think, get called for the slash. So that'll do it for the power play. And we're going to have some 4-on-4 and then go on the penalty kill here. So Mason in the box for a slash. 4-on-4, Jackson, Noah, Kaz, and Wes. Face-off goes to Jackson. Going to go ahead and bring this around. Oh, and an errant pass. Luckily, he squirts its way to Kaz. And Kaz makes the red line, and he just dumps it in for Nolan to go run onto. Well, here come the Grizzlies. Jackson's got it now, and he's going to wrap around. Jackson goes to take it in, but kind of everyone's kind of falling and fumbling, and then Jackson gets tripped up, no call. And puck finally trickles its way into the corner. This should do it for the period. All right, face-off down. Penalty's over. Jackson's just going to send it into the corner. And now we're on the penalty kill for the next 45 seconds or so. Nice job by, was that Eli or Nolan? I couldn't tell. Kind of just was holding them off. So Grizzlies into the zone. Shot saved by Jackson. Noah trying to get it now. And we're just going to try to keep them to the outside here. And they're going to work their way into the slot. Back to the point. And into the corner. It's going to get hit by Jackson here. Up off the boards. Nolan's going to go get it. He gets it out of the zone up to Eli. Eli's got a one-on-one here. Works his way into the slot. Works it by one shot. Nice rebound. Good shot by Eli. Good opportunity for him. Nice defense by Noah to poke it off the stick. He gets it over to Kaz. Kaz working his way up. He's getting hooked, but he maintains control of the puck. And he's going to dump it down deep for Mason to go try to get. West keeping it into the zone. Mason trying to get it over, but it's just kind of staying behind the net. A little bit of extracurriculars where Utah is swinging their stick around. Mason let him know he didn't appreciate that. West kind of fumbles it here in the docks. And Kaz able to pick it up. We're working all over this goal. We just got to get some shots towards the net now. Held in at the point by Declan. He's just going to shovel it down, but gets blocked. Gets it to Wes into the corner. And then it's going to get shoveled along the boards. It's Kaz over there working, but it pops out. And now Noah's going to have to grab this. Noah's able to get it off the boards back to Kaz, but misses Kaz, and now it's blocked by Wes. And Wes is going to try to take it up. Nice backhand over to Mason. Mason into the zone. Poked away, but Kaz is in support. Kaz goes to shoot it. Little whip into the slot. All over the slot. James finally gets a hold of it. He's going to bring it in. And he tries to center it. And definitely coming out with a little bit of fire. Definitely trying to work hard. Getting good pressure. We just got to get some shots on the net, and maybe one of these will fall in. Declan now to collect it up to James. James gets a nice pass up to Maxim. Maxim's got a bunch of speed. He power moves his way. Tries to tip it over the goalie's shoulder, but good save by the Grizz goalie. And Grizzlies are going to just chip it out here. This should be an icing, and they do call it, so it'll come back down here. So good pressure by this group. We need to play like this and keep this sustained pressure for the rest of the game. Jackson and Nicholson, Alex, Maxim, and Dane. Puck drops, kind of stays in the dots, and Grizzlies are able to kind of work it out. Nicholas hits it off the board to keep it in, and Alex is just going to dump it. Grizzlies now back on the face-off. Jackson goes for the puck and then shoves his guy off. Good job by Jackson, then he got tangled up there. Dane hits it up. At least we're staying here at neutral ice. And they're going to send it across. But Maxon gets it. It's kind of just a battle along the boards along the neutral zone here. Nicholas tries to get it up, gets deflected by Grizzlies, so Nicholas is going to have to go into the corner. And now Jackson's going to take it. He's got two guys back there, though. Just seem like they outnumber us somehow. Nicholas up the boards to Dane, and Dane's just going to shovel it down. This should be an icing. Icing gets called off. Again, not really sure what the refs are looking at. They're miscalling a lot of things, but I guess it benefited us. And now that one is going to get called for an icing. So we're going to get an offensive zone face-off here, 11:15 in the second. Noah out there with Declan. We got Logan to take the face-off out there with Nolan. And Eli. Eli holds off his guy, waiting for some help from Nolan. They're battling along the boards. Pops out into the corner here for the Grizzlies to run onto it. Grizzlies are going to shovel it back behind their own net. And they got to break it out here, and they're going to ice the puck. So again, good sustained pressure. Face-off kind of stays in the dots, and now it's in the slot. Pressured by Eli here. They're going to break along the boards, but kept in by Noah. And they're finally able to shove it out. Noah's got to chase it down. Noah to spin out of it. He's got no one on that side, so he's got to reverse again. Gets it up to Nolan. Kind of get lost at the blue line here. And Nolan comes up with it. And no calls. They bring it back in. Shot. Nice save. Nice blocker save by Jackson. Working it down into the corners here. Eli's got to go grab it. And back in the corner it goes. Declan's out there now. Declan's going to grab it. He gets it up off the boards to Eli. Eli's going to bring this through center ice, and he's going to break it out to Nolan. Nolan's going to run onto this. He's got one to beat in the corner here. We're going to get a change, so Nolan's kind of all by himself. He's lonesome for a second there. Got Wes out there now with Mason. Wes working hard. He's able to beat one, beat two, get slapped, no call. Kaz now gets it. He works his way through. Kaz power moves to the goal. Comes up just a little bit short. Wes now in the corner. Wes has got two guys on him. And Grizzlies are finally able to poke it free. Noah gets it, shovels it back to Kaz. Kaz is going to have to bring this back up. He gets pulled, but again, no call. And we're going to bring it in. Jackson has to bring it back from the blue line. He's going to backhand it to Mason. Mason up to West here. And West kind of misses the pass there. He's frustrated, but he's got it now. Hopefully he can turn this into something. Stick lifted. Goes to the Grizzlies who dump it down deep. James is going to have to go get this in the corner. James back up to West. West pops it out, but the Grizzlies are right there to pick it up. And they're going to shovel it to the opposite side. And they're going to come in, they're going to shoot. Jackson's going to stick it over to the corner. West is going to go run onto this, over to Jackson. Jackson up to Kaz. Kaz goes to break it out, loses it at the blue line. Jackson to grab it now, and he's going to make his way in.
Okay.
He's going to go along the boards here. Into the corner. And they're going to shovel it out behind for Dane to run onto it. Dane that work along the boards. Got James on that other side too, and pop it back down into the corner. And now Mason's going to grab this. And Dane's there in support, but couldn't quite get to it. And now Jackson holds it in. He's going to shovel it back down. Comes back out though for James. And at least we're getting a little bit of sustained pressure. James now in. We just need to get some shots. I don't think the goalie's taken a shot in a while. Just put it towards the net. James now got a huge shot. Someone in front trying to get it to him. Couldn't quite get there in time here. Grizzlies now trying to break it out. Good pressure by James. Now Alex. James got it. The Grizzlies come up with it. Maxim popped over the boards. Couldn't quite get there in time. I thought he was going to get there. That would have been pretty fun. Grizz iced the puck, so it'll come back down. Again, this is much better sustained pressure. Now we just got to find a way to finish. Puck stays in the faceoff dot, so no one's able to run into it. He goes behind the net. They're trying to hold him off. Nolan again. Grizz able to kind of pop it out. Logan tries to hold onto it, scoots under him. We're going to have to reset here. And Grizzlies go to bring it into the zone and get called offsides.
Watch the replay. He was back.
Logan to take the face off. Grizz picks it up. They're going to bring it into the slot here. Declan goes to get it off the stick. Saved by Jackson. Picked up by Logan. He's going to ring around the boards trying to get it over to Eli. Kind of pinging around now. Shot towards the net. Saved by Jackson again. And holy cow, that came off that kid's stick like a missile. Saved by Jackson. Sorry, Nolan went in there to try to block a stick, and the kid just hit his stick just perfectly, and Nolan lost his stick, and it rifled its way right at the referee, coming out of a cannon. Anyway, Declan picking it up, and he's just going to shovel it up to West. West is by himself. He's there with Nolan here, and he's going to bring it around, takes the Just lays it off to Nolan, and Nolan just popped it far side. That was a really nice play. Really unassuming play, kind of came in all casual-like. And I think the goalie was expecting the shot and wasn't expecting that pass. And really nice job. So we're tied. Tie hockey game, 6:13 left. I think we've kind of tilted the ice in our favor this period, a much better period than the first period. And mainly it's just because of a little bit of sustained pressure. Mason out there to take the face-off. And Mason gets it back to Jackson. Jackson's going to bring it off the boards, and he's going to pop it up to Kaz. Kaz and Jackson working their way into the corner. Jackson picks it up, goes towards the net. It sits in the crease. Nobody there. It's coming back out now. Kaz grabs it, and Wes a lot more better at being supportive of one another. So again, we needed in the first is when one of us kind of messes up or bobbles it, that we have someone out there. Jackson get it. He gets it up to Kaz. Some good passing. And Grizz is able to come up with it, though. So errant pass by the Grizz. Kaz got it. He's got 2 to beat. Makes a good move. Gets around 1. Is getting totally hooked, but no call. I mean, that kid was up in his armpit, but nothing. West picks it up, though. He's working his way around the goal. Nice job by him. We need someone out in front. West made a really good move. He's holding on to it. And I think hopefully he just drew a penalty because he was getting hammered. So finally the Grizz are going to get, looks like actually Wes is getting the penalty. I don't know how Wes got the penalty when he was the one with the puck. But looks like we're going on the penalty kill. All right, face-off won by the Grizz. Shot from the point, blocked by Nolan. Noah's going to grab this, trying to get it up to Eli. They're going to bring it off the boards. They're going to come through the slot. They dish it off along the boards into the corner. They're cycling. Grizz is cycling. They work their way back out to the point. And into the dots. Shot goes wide. Eli working his way. He's able to pop it off the boards and up. And Nolan's got a whole head of steam on there. Scared that guy. And Grizz back in. They lose a blade. And into the corner. Maxim's there now. Grizz able to pop it out to the boards. And they're able to reset. Shot gets blocked, picked off by Noah, who's going to shovel it down. We're going to get one fresh body out there. It's like Dane's coming out. Nice hustle by Maxim. He wins the puck all by himself against 3 guys. He's going to hold on to it. He gets it back to Noah. Noah sends it towards the net. Saved by the goalie. But yeah, why not? Let's get some shots on goal during the penalty kill. I'm all for it. Grizz now trying to reset. They're having to waste a lot of energy coming out of their zone. Good work by Maxim. And Grizz finally lose it over to James. James is going to pop it back into Maxim. Maxim's probably like, oh boy, he goes to chase it again. But again, Maxim just kind of being a pain in the ass and causing them to waste a lot of time down there. So power penalty kill is over. We are killed with penalty and we are back to 5-on-5. They make their way into the dots. Nice job by Dane to kind of hold them off. They're back up at the point. Shot deflected by West, goes wide. And James to get it now off the boards, trying to get it up to Kaz. Kaz pops it over to West, picked up by Dane. Dane to West. West in the slot. West takes a shot, blocks, trickles wide here. So now we're hanging out at the post. West going to grab it again in the corner. And Grizz finally pop it out for an icing. So really good sustained pressure. Again, if we would have come with this in the first, this would be a different game. But I like to see this. Hopefully we can pop one in here. So you got Alex out there with Mason and Kaz, and you got Nicholas and Declan. Again, 2:53 left in the second. Score is 1-1. Need to have a win here. Puck won by the Grizzlies goes behind the net here, and they're going to go off the glass and out. Picked up by Kaz. Kaz up to Nicholas. Nick tried to backhand it over to Alex. Mason now giving pressure, and they're able to come out of the zone here. Kaz now along the boards. He's able to get it to Alex. Alex gets it back up to Kaz, and we are in. Kaz working his way. He's making some moves. Makes a shot. Rebound. Back up it goes. Declan keeps it in. He tries to take a shot, but it gets blocked and makes its way all the way down the ice. Jackson just hits it over to Nicholas, and Nicholas is going to try to break this back out. Stretch pass. Nice job by Eli coming out of nowhere. takes it and gets over. That is now the second time where they have taken our guys out. I don't know if this could possibly be a penalty shot. We'll see what happens. It's a really good shot, or a really good hustle by Eli. Like I said, just came a bat out of hell off the bench and unexpectedly picked that puck off. It looks like refs are not going to award a penalty shot. We are going to go on the power play here. Jackson, Noah, Mason, Kaz, Wes. This is the group I feel. Feeling good about this. Mason to take the face off here. Face off stays in the dots. Kaz goes to get it. He comes out with it, works his way into the corner, behind the net now. The Grizzlies get it, and they're just going to ring it up ice. So Noah's going to go have to collect this. Gets it over to Mason. And Mason's going to come break this out. Mason's got Wes. Wes has got it. And unfortunately lost it there, so the Grizz had it. Over to Jackson. Jackson up to Wes. Wes hits it off the boards to Kaz, or Mason. Mason now works his way into the dots. We just need to cycle just a little better. Noah bobbles it, has to emergency backhand. It does make its way to Wes. Wes has got Kaz. Tries to do for the pass, but it's picked off by the Grizz. Mason in there now. Getting some good pressure. We just need a good roll. Kaz shot goes wide. Nice shot by Kaz though. Rings off the pole, and they're going to send it down deep here. Jackson to grab it. We're going to get a change. He backhands it to Noah. Noah looking what to do with the puck here. He's going to go ahead and take it himself. And gets sent down again by the Grizzly. 38 seconds left in the period, and that'll do it for the power play. James now bring it up. He goes to pass it to Nick. Misses Nick for an icing. We got Nolan out there with Logan and Eli. And I think Nick and James on defense here. 27 seconds left. Puck kind of works its way in, but good stick lift. And Nolan gets a hold of it, trying to go off the boards to Eli. Didn't quite put enough on it, so Grizz gets a hold of it, and they're going to dump it back down deep. James to collect. Off the boards to Eli. Eli couldn't quite hang on to it, so it gets shot in from the point. 9 seconds left in the period. All right, we're back at it. Third period. Aiden's making face-offs out there with Wes, Kaz. We've got Noah and Declan on the backside. Grizzlies win the face-off. They're going to dump it behind the net. Noah to grab it. He gets it over to Declan. Declan trying to get over to Mason. Oh, bobble by, nice save. Bobble by the Grizzlies gave Kaz a breakaway. Made a shot, but good save by the goalie.
Good goalie. Good job, Cat.
Back behind the net goes. Noah's going to give chasing to the corner here. And he's able to get it up to Kaz. Kaz off the boards. I don't think he realized he had that much room, but he is able to distract his guy enough so that we can kind of come into the zone. Mason now working his way into the corner. Declan holds it. He's going to shovel it towards the other side. And Noah's got to now grab it. He came out of the zone. Declan has it now. Back to Noah. Noah's going to hold on to it. Tries to shoot it over to Mason, but gets intercepted. Nice poke by Kaz. Good win by Kaz. Gets it to Noah. And Noah kind of looking over to Wes. And Wes chips it up to Eli. And Eli, nice job to get over to Logan. Logan just misses that far post. Nice shot by Logan. I think he caught the goalie by surprise. James working his way in now. And Logan picks it up again and tries to shovel it into the corner, but not quite enough, so it's going to come off. Logan again just shovels it down deep. Nolan going to go chase it now. And Grizzlies are on the breakout, but we're pressing it pretty good. Logan again makes that red line, dumps it in. We're going to do exactly what the Grizz did to us, where anytime it pops out in the neutral zone, we just pop it back in. James to get it now. Grizz kind of shoveled it back all the way down deep. Oh boy. Alex gets a hold of it, trying to get it out. Nolan now, and he's just going to ice the puck. Sometimes we just got to pick our heads up and look a little bit, see how much room we've got, and realize we got a little bit of time. See if we can make a little bit of a breakout pass here. All right, Dane out there. Noah and Nicholas. Alex and Maxim. Puck works his way back to the point. Shot goes wide. Nicholas going into the corner. Grizz comes out with it, but Maxim pokes it off the stick, and he's going to try to break it out. Maxim again up to Alex, but it's just pinging back and forth. Maxim again. Good job to try to work it out. We finally do work it out. Neutral zone goes by the Grizzlies, and they're going to bring it back in. Maxim, just good hard work by him. They do make their way into the slot. There's a shot made by Jackson.
Good, Jackson.
Declan and James coming in on our blue line with Kaz, Mason, and Wes. Get shoved behind the net. James trying to work it, but they've got support, so they're able to come up out with it here. They go back up to the point. Shot saved by Jackson. Jackson and Nicholas coming in on defense here. Puck gets one. Jackson's going to grab it. He's going to take this behind the net. Off the boards up to Kaz. Kaz backhands it to himself. Not a bad little move there. But Grizz pick it up here on the backside. West now. And Nicholas is going to grab it. Nicholas takes it behind the net. He's looking for Kaz, but misses just a little bit. Kaz is able to hold on to it, trying to look for Mason, trying to get it up to him. Good job by the defense on the Grizz to poke that away. Bobbling around, and Mason's going to bring this into the zone. Mason's still got it. He's got it on the stick. He takes a shot. Saved by a Grizz goalie. I like the cheekiness of Kaz to go in there and try to pop the puck because the ref didn't blow the whistle technically, so it's fair game. All right, Jackson and Nicholas out there. We got Logan, Nolan, and Eli, I believe. Face off, one back to Jackson. Jackson shoves it down in the corner. Logan gets a hold of it, goes for a centering pass. Nobody home. And then they're going to come on the breakout. Nicholas is able to hold off his guy until Eli can get a hold of it. Now Grizz come out with it, and they're going to work their way. Jackson pokes it back off the stick into the corner. And we're still battling kind of away in the corner here. At the point, shot, deflection goes in. So the 2-1 Grizzlies. Grizzlies work their way in. Alex working now, gets it over to James. James pops it over to James. James able to get it into the zone, but he takes a hit for his efforts. Maxon trying to work down low here. Yeah. Sounded like a whistle, but I guess not. Nice job by Maxon. Maxon working really hard. Really appreciate that effort. Wes is going to get it now. Wes gets it poked off his stick into the corner. So James is going to have to get this. We're getting a partial change here. Noah passes it up to Mason. Mason works his way into the zone. Mason centers it. Sitting in the crease. And popped in by James. James popped in. He was all the way up front. And nice job. Like I said, dirty goals are good. Just pop it toward the net and start poking away, see what happens. So tied game, we got one back. See if we can pull a lead here now.
James.
Not sure what the holdup is. Face off, makes its way back to Noah. And gets it to Mason. Mason Kaz, he pops it back up to Mason. And back down to Hillis. Hillis got to go grab it in the corner. And he's going to get a hold of it. Saved by Jackson. In the slot. Saved again by Jackson. Popped out. Shot. Deflection. Wes is going to have to go get this now. James is there working behind the net. Wes to help it. Pops right back out front. Turnaround shot, but Noah deflects it. Goes for the stretch pass. Gets blocked. Noah again finally gets it off the boards here. I don't know if this is going to get called for an icing. It is. All right, new group out there. We got Jackson Declan on the blue line. Logan. Jackson's going to grab it. Gets it off the board. Picked off. Comes into the slots here. Declan there. He's able to shovel it up. Trying to get it to Eli. Again, he's kind of not able to work it. Logan gets it now. He goes off the boards, goes right back to the Grizzlies, and we're finally able to poke it up to Eli. Eli chips it up and out, and now Logan's on his horse. He's going to go work and try to get it. He's able to cause a deflection, so Grizz have to go grab it out of the corner. And here come the Grizz on their way out. Grizz work their way in, shot, saved by Jackson, goes up into the ropes. .747 left in the third period here. Actually take the face off, makes its way into the corner. Noah runs onto it. Noah holds on, does a chipperoo up to Dane. And it's going to be called for an icing. So it's going to come all the way back down. Maxim takes the face off. Wins the face off cleanly back behind the goal, and then he goes and gets his own face off win. Grizz ends up coming up with it. Poked in front. Nicholas kind of pinging around right in the crease. Can't quite get a hold of it. Finally, Noah's able to get it out. And he gets it up to Alex. And they're going to ping it back in. That's an offsides. And this will come outside the zone. Jackson and James is actually going to center ice here. Mason Kaz West. Face off won by Mason back to James. James off the boards up to Kaz. Mrs. Kaz goes to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies now are going to bring this out. They go off the board. Jackson gets it. He knocks it back up to West. And it gets hit again for James. James off the boards, trying to hit Kaz. Hit it a little too hard. And goes all the way down for an icing. So same five staying out. 6:58 left. Faceoff stays in the dots. Finally makes his way back in the corner. James trying to hold off his guy. He is successful. He gets it over to Kaz. Kaz got lots of room. Does a backhanded pass, no look. Goes back to the Grizzlies. So they're going to bring it back in. West picks it up. Trying to get it off the boards up to Mason. Can't quite. James got it now. Now Kaz has got it. Kaz got a lot of room in front of him. Kaz got Mason with him. Going for the net. Passes it to Mason. Mason behind the goal now. Mason trying to work his way towards the goal. Takes a shot. Rebound out front. Nobody there. And off the boards it goes up. And Kaz picks it up. Kaz is going to bring it up here. Kaz makes a move around one, takes a shot, rings off the board. Jackson is going to pinch. And he gets it back down low to Kaz. Shot. Nice shot by Kaz. Now it's working along the boards here. Waiting to pick it up. He shovels it back down to Kaz real hard, though, so it goes all the way along the boards. And they try to get it out. Jackson holds it in. And he's working along the boards, and finally it works its way out. Nolan's got to go get this. He gets it over to James. James up to Mason. And Mason didn't quite make the red line, but they called the icing. Got to make the red line there before you shovel it down deep. He's about a yard away, so it's going to come back. Declan Noah on defense, and it looks like Nolan, Logan, and Eli out there for a forward group. 5:33 left in the third. Faceoff stays in the dots and works its way to the corner. They go to pass it into the slot, kicked off. They're still behind the net. Kind of working their way. Finally, Noah's able to get a hold of it. He's going to go the other way, trying to get it over to Logan. Grizz still has a hold of it. They work their way. Declan, good defense by Declan. Pops it out to Eli. Pops it out of the zone. Grizz, though, kind of getting some lucky bounces as Puck's just kind of peeing around everywhere in the neutral zone. Finally gets shoveled back down deep. Noah along the boards to Eli. Eli able to get it up but not out. And back down it comes. Declan now over to Noah. Noah back to Declan. Declan up to Eli. Eli shovels it out here. Don't think it quite has enough icing. 4:36 left. Got Alex, Dane, and Maxim out there. Noah and Declan. Back to the blue line shot, saved by Jackson. Dane trying to get it. He pops it up the ice for an icing. So the same group staying out there. Maxim wins it. Declan off the board, trying to get it up to Dane. Grizzly comes out with it. Dane is able to get it, goes off the board. Grizzly pokes it away. Here they come to the zone. Nice job by Noah. Kind of took out a lot of players. We got a ring around the total hold, but again, no call. Plenty of time that we would have taken to get it out of the zone, but we're not really looking. We've got lots of time. Noah's got it now, and he's going to go off the board back to Dane. Back to finally Noah's going to pick it up, and he's going to take it. Noah works his way up ice. He's going to battle while we get a change. Nicholas out there now, and here come the Grizzlies. West pokes it away. Grizzlies have to wait to get onside where they can dump it in. Nicholas going to grab it now. Sorry, can't really see what's happening in that corner. Nicholas over to Noah. Noah backhands it back to Nicholas. And Nicholas gets it up to Mason. Mason's got a whole head of steam. He's got Kaz. Takes a shot, save. I think Mason couldn't quite get a hold of it, so by the time he was ready for the shot, goalie had kind of closed down the angle. It would have been a tough shot to make. James and Nicholas out there on defense. 3:01 left. Mason to take the face-off here. Face-off won by the Grizzlies. Kaz is there, though, to cut off the pinch. Mason loses his stick. So Kaz has got to go get it while Mason picks it up. Kaz gets it over, that was Wes. And they're going to go along the boards here. So pinging around the boards. Kaz goes the pinch. Kaz wins it, shovels it down for Mason. Mason looking for Wes. Misses Wes. And Grizzlies make their way up the board. James has got to hold him off now. Well, he kind of recovered. Good job by James. Wes gets a hold of it now. Wes working his way up the ice. Wes passes the Kaz, but it gets intercepted. Kaz now has to work it around. And here come the Grizzlies. Work their way in. Shot deflected by James. Somehow stayed out. That almost was a goal. Out of the zone it comes. And they dump it down into the corner, so James is going to have to go grab it here. James just slings it up the ice. This might stay if Mason can get to it in time. He can't. So it's going to come down here for an icing. So Jackson and Declan out on the ice, 1:38 left. Kaz out to take this face-off. Face-off stays in the dots and makes its way over to Jackson. Jackson up. He gets it up to Eli there, but Nolan on the recovery. No offsides called. We got to go touch up. They work their way out. Nolan pops it back in. Jackson goes to intercept it, but gets deflected. But we just kind of haven't gotten bounces. We're getting deflections and all this stuff, and it just seems to go the wrong way. Nolan shovels it up, and this is going to ice. Icings have been a little brutal today. A little one too many. Noah picks it up, trying to get it up. Comes into the zone, out to Kaz. Kaz goes under Kaz's stick, shot from the point, blocked by James. And I think the puck got lost in clothing, so the ref ruled it dead, and we're going to have another face-off. 51 seconds left here. Puck won by Locos. Goes over to West. West popping it up. This is going to ice. Thing with the icings, I don't know if these boards are just like super strict and slick and straight, and we can't get a good angle, or what. But any puck that hits the board, instead of bouncing back towards the center and stuff, just goes straight down and goes for an icing. Mason wins the face-off, gets it over to Kaz. Kaz off the boards to West. West through the slot, shot, goes wide. West gets his own rebound. Oh, and tries to shovel it down to the corner, but it's got no help, so he's got to go get it himself. West looking for Mason in front, does dump it in front, but just gets covered up by the goalie. Nice work by West.
Go, Loco!
Face-off won by the Grizzlies. They ring it around the boards. Noah's going to kind of lay off just a little bit. James collects it. He goes off the board with Kaz. Kaz gets pushed off. Now Mason, he gets pinched off. Noah able to get to this, but again, puck kind of gets bobbled around and just comes up smelling Grizzlies. So they just can't get that lucky roll, and that'll do it. We're going to end this game with a 2-2 tie.